rest in peace to Bill Russell, man. 88 years old. He was literally a living legend, man. Playing for the Celtics, coached the Celtics, black activist on and off the court. Bill Simmons called him like a basketball god when he met him, and he literally was a basketball god, just a black god in general. Just makes you appreciate things, man, for real. Just makes you really appreciate things. Every time you see him in public, he was a great dude. Funny dude. I know the video of him flicking off Chuck was circulating. He's just a great guy, great soul. Always. You could always tell that. And a fucking champion. 11 times. One for his dick too, yes. That guy. I don't care what era. Doesn't matter. 50s, 40s, 17, 22. 11 championships. Go shit. So, rest in peace, a legend. Let's hop in the video, man. What's up, everybody? My name is David, and welcome back to Ballin. Today, we're gonna talk about the most unexpected trades for Donovan Mitchell. Now, to start off real quick, I'm gonna let y'all behind the camera a little bit. Today is July 31st. Like I was mentioning Bill Russell at the beginning, you can see July 31st. So I have made these trades days in advance, maybe even a week in advance of today. I say that because the Charlotte Hornets have reportedly been looking to trade for Donovan Mitchell. Like I said, I made these trades a little while ago, and I had the Charlotte Hornets as one of the potential suitors for Donovan Mitchell. So let's hop into that first trade right now. Why did I have the Hornets as one of the possible teams? They have one of the best Jazz players of all time. They don't have that much of a history, so he's probably like the third, honestly. Gordon Hayward. Well, probably fourth because of Gobert. No story for another day. Gordon Hayward. If they could get Gordon Hayward back, plus Terry, PJ, Kai Jones, and 3 maybe first-round picks, that's a come up. You got a nice point guard. You got a nice young power forward in PJ. And you got, like I said, your third best player, fourth best player in Jazz history coming back to your franchise. You guys are going to be okay. Definitely not good enough to win anything. Definitely not good enough to make the playoffs. But would you be like a 3 worst seed? Who knows? That's kind of why it's also unexpected, because do they really want to be that good enough to not get Wembanyama? Not really. You just want to bottom out all the way. Now, in this trade, the Hornets would be getting Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell. A little come up. The fit LaMelo, Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell it's a little different, but that makes LaMelo more of a scorer. And that's what he wants to do, honestly. So that could work. Him, let Mike Conley run the offense, Donovan Mitchell, LaMelo, y'all go get buckets.
This game has always been, it will always be about buckets.
Maybe it could work. Like I said, unexpected, because do the Hornets really want to do that? I mean, kind of. You bring in a nice veteran. The Hornets, I think, would be kind of open to that, even though you do have to give up 3 first-rounders plus James Bouknight, so it's like 4 first-rounders. But the Jazz, like I said, the Jazz might not want to do that. Yes, they'll get Bouknight, a nice young piece, good first-round picks, PJ. But they might be kind of like the 12 seed, you feel me? 13 seed, and that's not good enough to go get like Wembanyama. So I hope I'm saying his name right. If I'm butchering it, I apologize. But yeah. Now, the other trade I have is a 3-team trade. Now, this 3-team trade would be between the Jazz, the Hornets, and the Wizards. Now, the Jazz would be getting Johnny Davis, their draft pick from this year, Rui Hachimura, probably Corey Kispert, and still getting Gordon Hayward. Plus 3 first, maybe 2 first-round draft picks, depending on what they feel. That's a haul for the Jazz. And you're not even that good enough to really be. You definitely could be a bottom 3 seed with that. So I would be able to go all in on that, get a nice young piece in Johnny Davis, pair him with your top draft pick, go from there. Plus you get the other draft assets, go from there. Wizards, they get Donovan Mitchell and Bogdanovich. Hey, you kind of do have 2 small guards with Beal and Donovan Mitchell, but you got 2 big dogs, so they can make that work, honestly. Yeah, they wouldn't be the best team, but a 5, 6, maybe 7 seed. Hey, you will go win a playoff series, make something happen. It'll be fun for them. And then The most different part of this trade, the Hornets would be getting Kristaps Porzingis. Now, they probably would get a first-round draft pick as well, maybe another young player to even it out, but that might work. I don't know. Two snipers, LaMelo and KP. That pick and roll would be kind of different. They are both unicorns in their own special way. So that's, like I said, this is the most unexpected trades. The most unexpected, you never know. You never know. All right, the next trade I want to talk about really quickly, but not really, just need to mention it. Donovan Mitchell to the Heat in any type of trade, 3-team trade. Yeah, Tyler Hero might be a decent asset and the picks might be okay, but the Heat are always going to be decent. So the draft picks really are going to be in the bottom 20s. And then Danny Ainge and Pat Riley don't fuck with each other like that, in all honesty. So I don't think they're going to do business together. It would be nice if they could, but that's at the end of the day probably going to be why Donovan Mitchell isn't on the Heat unless he's a free agent and signs there. Hey, maybe Danny Ainge will realize that and just trade him because he wants to get something at least out of it. I don't know. But more than likely, he's not going to be on the Heat this year. Just wanted to throw that out there. Now, let's get into these next two trades. This first 3-team trade I have, because the next two trades are 3-team trades, is with the Pacers, the Jazz, and the Warriors. Now, the Pacers would be getting Andrew Wiggins. The Warriors will be getting Donovan Mitchell. And the Jazz would be getting Miles Turner, Kuminga, Jordan Poole, 2 first-round picks. Well, actually 3 in total, plus maybe Moses Moody. I don't know. There's a lot of big players being passed around. And the Jazz aren't getting the first or second best player in that trade, to be honest. So they feel like they should get definitely the most assets, especially if they're funneling most of the players, the best players, to different teams. The Warriors with Donovan Mitchell, yeah, you giving up your whole future, but are you kind of starting a new one with Donovan Mitchell? Like, instead of having a group of guys, you kind of have this one guy and just cap space, and then you just bring the Warriors back. Who knows? Like I said, unexpected. Who knows? Pacers would be getting Andrew Wiggins. That's a nice veteran. Next to Halliburton. Halliburton can score, but he can get everybody involved. Andrew Wiggins has already showed he can defend. He brings that championship pedigree. That would be a nice tandem. You already got Ben Mathurin. He got that dog in him. Like I said, put it on the stamp. He got that dog in him. So Ben Math, Halliburton, Andrew Wiggins, that would be a nice mix. And then the Jazz, they just get a whole bunch of assets. That is definitely how you bottom out right there. You get the most assets. Miles Turner, hey, you'll probably get flipped after the year. Go play, go average as many points and rebounds as you can, and we can trade you for something even more after this year. And then you take the young players, you take the top draft pick, and you go from there as the Jazz. These are all definitely best in the Jazz eyes. But who knows? Like I said, the Warriors have a decision to make. Do they want to go for a definite other championship, or do they want to possibly build a 20-year dynasty with the young guys who possibly could win a championship? They have a decision to make. That's probably going to be a think piece episode. We'll talk about that later. One more trade that we got to get into. Yes, the Warriors again would be getting Donovan Mitchell and Karis LeVert. The Cavs would be getting Andrew Wiggins in this case. And then the Jazz, a whole bunch of assets. You see them wherever they are behind me up here. A whole bunch of picks. Lauri Markkanen, Kuminga, Poole, Patrick Baldwin Jr. Maybe they work something out for Colin Sexton. Maybe. You feel me? There's a lot of possibilities that they can go with that 3-team trade. Again, that answers the question of what the Warriors want to do with their future, their present. Do they want to go for it now, later? Choices up in the air. Now for the Cavs, that's a come up. I ain't gonna lie. Andrew Wiggins instead of Lauri Markkanen, Garland, Mobley. That's a nice squad right there. That's a nice squad. That's how you build a squad. I ain't gonna lie. That's exactly how you build a squad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. That's the last trade I got. If you guys have any other trades that you guys have thought of, let me know in the comments. You can hit me up on Twitter @C. Hit me up there. Send me whatever you think. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Deuces.